What's up guys, Ieuan Alli here, and today this is a time lapse and I'm going to talk through it of what I did to make the lookbook. So first I start off with a song by Odnemi called Lately, and what I want to do now is to start syncing the song up to the footage. And how I do that, I go out, do the planning, do the footage, make all of it, and then get the music I want to use, put it in first, so I can make everything sync up from the very start. So now I've found my music, put the first intro, and now I need to find some text. So I'm going here into font.com, got a few texts. I end up using Mont Blanc. In the end, as you can see, I put Ieuan X Axeler Lookbook. Axeler is Alexandra's nickname, which we later changed because only a few people like me and her cousins call her Axeler. So after putting some perspective warps, motion tracking it so the lipstick is at the center, put some color correction on it, and then now it's time to put the next clip. And this clip is a clip where I'm going to use her leg to mask the text. After doing some noise removal and color correcting, you can see I'm masking now to mask out Ieuan times Axeler. And then I end up completely cutting it off when it gets to the white background, which is what I works with. I've made a mistake here. Every time I've shot an ISO too low. So now I have to go and turn the exposure up, and then that is quite annoying. So right here I'm doing a masking process where I zoomed in. I'm going to mask her arm that goes across the screen. And now to add some spice, I'm doing a camera shake. And how I do this, I have 3 different layers. One red, one blue, one green, blend mode to add, then put a shake grade on it, and put 2 shake grades, two shake effects, different seeds, different amounts, put it on one, just for the blue and the green, and that will create the blue and green to go up, the red will stay there, so put one on the red, so it all flows naturally, whilst that also acting on the blue and the green, so blue and green times 2, red times 1. So now I've moved on, I've gone to the stage where I've started adding some more clips. Now I'm going to do the same grade effect here. I'm just playing around with the grade effect and the shake effect on the channels and just seeing what to create. So now I'm going to color grade on a grade layer and make Axi's face pop out a bit more. Due to the fact I shoot on a neutral color profile, I have more options to color grade. So now here I'm gonna add a small little clip which goes in the middle of 2 beats that are close together. You won't necessarily see this, but it's just to fill the gap so it flows. And what I like about here is that there's some wind noise with both the clips, which is good as it creates more immersion. Okay, here I had to mask up the effect of the speed ramp, which looks completely trash. So what I'm doing here, I'm putting a spherical warp and a perspective warp, animating it so it looks like it comes into a massive circle and comes up to Axi's face in a nice fluid motion. This took me quite a long time. However, yeah. I showed Axi this, and Axi came back saying, can you make my face a bit smoother because of the color grade? And so what I was doing there was trying to find out what glow effect I can put on. After getting not much luck, I've ended up finding a wire removal, which there was 2 spots, which I actually didn't want, and I tracked them both. I put the points to the relevant position because I played the duration, the speed of the clip, so it won't necessarily match up. So match them up, and then put the end and the start of the wire removal to each point, and this will make sure, and then so now we can see it's gone because it just mirrors what's on the other side. Okay, I've changed the text again to Alex because no one's, again, Axeler, only a few people call her that, so it's more recognition for Alex. I put the backwards N, which is actually I. It's an I in our language, in our alphabet. However, in Cyrillic, it's a backwards N to us, and that means and. the Tolstoy Makedonsky. So then I put an and symbol just so everyone can realise. Anyway, so now I'm playing around here. Gonna add some more spice, put a sun flare, look through all the sun flares, and I need to animate it so it doesn't come up in the wrong time. So now I've animated that, I get to move on. I've decided to put this clip here of Alli twirling and smiling with a really nice smile. So I've then to the beats, I've cut it, jump it a bit, and then I go past the wall. And now this wall created a lot of problems for me. This wall is out of focus, and yeah, so this is the other clip that I need to put in, which is the same wall. So as a white transition, but you can see me animating it on because I did such a bad job. However, you can see that it's completely, it doesn't look right, does it? So now I'm going to put a blur effect on, and then I put some color correction wheels to make it blend in a bit more. The bricks don't actually match up, but at the speed it's played at, no one can notice. If I tell you that there's a bit there that you can't see, if you watch it again and again, you won't be able to pick up on it, and that's a good thing, because on the smaller screens you can't really pick up on it, but on the bigger screen then you might be able to. But that's the thing with video editing, is that you have to make an illusion. If the illusion looks good, then you've won basically. So what's happening now is I'm just doing a speed ramp to transition. So these are two different clips. I did a roll, in camera transition, I did a roll, going from left to right, going down her leg, and then for the next clip I did a roll from going from left to right again. Yeah, I think I did left to right again. Yeah, probably. Yeah, you can see it here, it flows. It was just quite nice. This took quite a long couple of hours. So now I'm just messing around with what I can do to fill in some of the time, because, you know, to not keep it repetitive. So anyway, I've put some more clips in, see what I can do. Okay, that doesn't look right, I'm going to take it off. In here, I've chosen to keep Alli smile, because it's really beautiful, and yeah. I've rendered it, played it through a few times, see what I don't like. Now I'm going to make a composite shot on the track Alli's jumper, which is yeah, but then I ended up tracking her head because the jumper didn't really work as well. So then this stabilizes the footage onto her head, so her head's in the middle of the screen at all times, which I think is quite a nice effect. But I need to zoom in a bit. Okay, here I'm just stopping recording, start recording after rendering. So here you can see next page, I sync some music with some cuts. I don't really like the scene because there's a pre-beat before it, and I just don't like it. However, I've made it to sort of work, made a bit of a shake, one shake only. Then it's a smile. Then I've added in the next clip, and this clip is to end off the clips. I've planned this out, that I'm going to use the road to mask the transition. It's quite an obvious transition, I'm not making it to be subtle or anything. If it's going to be seen, it's going to be seen. I'm going to induce the fact that it's going to be seen, just by a simple opacity over. So now what I'm doing now is just going through, adding some more stuff, adding some more beats, some more effects, that's what I want to say. Two parts which I think is too boring. Alex is saying, can you fix this, fix that? Which I've done like here. This is very, very slow, and Alex ended up saying that she wants her face to be more like she wants her face to be on the screen for more time, which is completely fine with me because I haven't slow motioned that, so I slow mode that on the beat, which syncs up correctly somehow, and then I get into the transition to a better beat, which in my opinion is actually so much better than just being at the front. So after playing around with the passage changing, which took me forever, and then color correcting it to make it stand out a bit more, I end up going through, this is my part now, and this is where the part where I'm getting quite bored at, because I've made, like, for me, when I edit the first minute like properly, like good, let's say, and then when I come to the last minute I get quite bored easily after hearing the same song 50 times a day, or an hour at least. So anyway, I'm coming back, making just making it fit basically. Like here, I'm just doing what I can do whatever effects I can do for the beats. But then I end up saying no, this is not right. So I end up going to Aidan Robbins, and he's a hit film YouTuber. He also does Adobe now because he bought Adobe, and now but he said to make a dreamy look, put a zoom blur, and then put a radio blur to make it out like a vignette as a shortcut to make instead of masking. But that I eventually put the RGB split on it, which I didn't really like, so I've changed that in the end just to keep the blurs. Okay, so after doing a luminance key, so a luma key transition, well, to fade it to my hand and then pop open to my watch, I've had a bit difficulty color correcting this because the grade that I put on before, it didn't want to work on my watch, the tint on my watch, so I had to go in, unsaturate yellows, unsaturate blues, I think. I don't know, but I had to like unsaturate something in order to get the watch to propel its original orange colour. So it's me playing it back, me not liking that bit, so I just end up putting this very warping. Yeah. So here I track my ear to make it more stabilised. That's also one of the two beats too close together, so as it fills in up, no one's gonna see it. So here, I should mention that on the two beats I put a zoom blur to animate like a zoom transition. So I'm gonna say, okay, here there's two clips. This is Alex's idea, where I start there and then she moves the camera and I'm on the opposite side. But to do this, I had a speed ramp, then cut it so no one can actually see where the cut is. Well, I mean you can see it, but still. And then there's me on the other side. I've made a floor, but here I'm just testing out, and then how to mask this bit, but then I get annoyed because it's taking forever, and then I realise that it's the wrong leg I'm doing, so I end up cutting out some more positionings for the other leg, and then keying this, masking this out. Took me forever. There must be a better way, but changing music and that, just getting annoyed, but it's fine, I did it in the end, which is what we like. Boom, it actually looks decent. So now I'll put something underneath it just to see how it would look. Put a feather on it so it's smoother. So now, as you can see, I'm just looking for more clips to put in, watched that a few times, I'm like, okay, what can I do now? So now I've just edited this bit a bit. It's coming up to the end of the video, so I've got about 20 seconds left of the video to do. I'm masking Alex's ear, then I masked her hand because her hand was better, not master, track to hand because it was better to track and to make a more stabilised shot, which looks, again, in my opinion, that looks quite cool. However, the second shot didn't really want me to track anything, which is why, as you can see, I'm trying to track, but it's not working. So I ended up saying, no, I can't be bothered, so I left that. I also put a time reverse on, if you look at the top left, that clip there, put a time reverse because I was going from top right to down. Actually no I wasn't, I was going top left to up to top right, bottom left, top right, and I wanted that to go from top right to down. So I put a time reverse on that. Here I'm just fixing up some of the beats which I've messed up. I've originally put 5, which is not good enough, as I need to put 4 because of the pre-beams, yeah. Anyways, I'm just fixing up now, and